warm, beautiful inside and out, delivered to me by Grow Coffee. Then tell me how you do it. That's what I had last week. Shortcake. Aye. Mine's just like Alex cake. Right. But get you back. I was actually thinking that in the mind.
An Empire biscuit, sorry it's not.
So before we go into anything else, right? So it'll probably all 40 bits, man, but it doesn't matter. It's still worth a go.
Yeah. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
When was the last time I ran down a hill?
That's it.
Hello LinkedIn, me again. So thank you for joining us for today's late lunch show. And for those who maybe don't follow the page and watch the show, we've decided that live is crap, right? Because LinkedIn messes about all the time, and poor Kev, they've messed him about twice. So we said, right, this first one that we're going to do is a pre-recording. We have to get Kev and Jopp on because LinkedIn shafted him, didn't he, Kev?
They did twice.
Twice. I nearly said a bad word
I would
there.
say it was more you shafted me, but
Oh,
there we
way,
go.
man. Listen, I would never
I'm
do
not
that to you.
blaming LinkedIn.
I would never do that to you, as I say. Dude, I'm only here because of you. And we're going to get into that in a minute because Kevin, right, is obviously... is commercial and asset finance. So Kevin does all things finance, and I mean all things finance. And Kevin has been part of our journey right from the beginning. And we're going to go in and we'll talk a wee bit about that in a wee minute after. But we have to, obviously, I know we're no live anywhere, but we still need to do our shout outs. So Amelia's next door. Amelia, giving us a thumbs up. She didn't need to give us a thumbs up anywhere because it's all happening. But we give a big shout out to Bull Mango Media. And we've got a new man behind the desk. So we've got Ben. Say hello, Ben.
Hello.
Hello, Ben. Right, so Ben's there because Ben is an award-winning videographer. Is that what you class yourself as, Ben?
Sure.
Right, okay. So he's an award-winning videographer. So we brought Ben in also to try and make Kevin look a bit better. So hopefully he looks good on the screen.
You do that all right. As long as I'm sitting next to you, I'm all right. Don't you worry about that.
Just don't make fun of my new hairdo. That's terrible. So big shout out to obviously Bold Mango Media for making all this possible. Ben, the man who's going to make us all look pretty, and then obviously a big shout out to Grow. So I've got a look at this, by the way. A strawberry matcha latte.
God.
What is that all about? It's actually quite nice. And what I was doing, I was slagging everybody for these, and then I tried it and realised that I'm one of the matcha weirdos now. Excuse me. So I've got a Empire biscuit. So I don't know, Ben, can you see that? You got that on your screen? Good man. What you got there, Kev?
I have got a wee tiny strawberry tart.
Right. Strawberry tart.
Yeah.
Right. So we can eat that later so as we don't get it all over our faces. And then the wee Cookie Mountain thing is probably what I'll take him.
Good.
So, Kev. Hi. So you have obviously been part of our business right from the beginning.
Yep.
So for those that don't know and you've never heard the first two times that we talked about it, right?
I thought you did.
I think we maybe get that wee bit out. But obviously you and I first met through, I can't remember, I think it was Craig Patterson introduced me to his...
that boy for Mr. Bride, wasn't it?
Aye, well, no, he's here. I don't know where he's here. I don't know anyway. But he introduced us and he says, I need to speak to this guy Kevin because I was like, how do we're looking to buy a fancy camera, but at that point in time all we had was a business plan. But you said, what was my business plan?
It was, I had to tweak it a bit as it was wrote in crayon.
Cheeky bugger. But the business plan and an idea, and we brought it to you and said, Kev, could you possibly get us finance on a 40 odd grand camera? And did you get it?
We did.
Yes. And then that was the start of our journey. And then since then we've had all sorts. We've had vans, we've had other bits of equipment, we've looked at invoice finance, we've looked at all these different things that you guys offer.
Yep.
So let's talk about commercial asset and finance, talk about the types of things that you do, and then we'll see where the conversation goes and we'll maybe pick bits out there. Aye?
Well, we're a brokerage. Our office is in Johnson. I'm an air boy. I'm an air, so I work from here most days. We help businesses with cash flow, really. You know, we offer all sorts of finance, HP, like everybody knows. If you're buying a bus, I was going to say a train there. I would do a train, no. I would do a train if Andy's looking for a train.
ScotRail, if you're listening in, Kev can get you a new train.
You know, anything 4 wheels, that's the sort of everything knows. But we do refinance, we do business loans, we do invoice finance and VAT funding. We, just to really keep cash flow in the business, your cash is better for paying wages, really, isn't it? So.
And that was the thing for us, was obviously at the time we couldn't afford to buy that stuff, right? And it was a total lifeline, because that was the springboard for us to take the business forward. And then you grow, and then you need vans, right? And then you grow, and then you need other large assets in the business that we're in. I mean, you've got an analyzer that costs you 30 odd grand. Right? You don't, as you're scaling a business, as you say, you're trying to keep as much cash in as you can, because the people that are there also need paid.
Yeah.
And that's what you helped us with throughout our whole journey and still to today.
I always use you as a perfect example for the cameras, because they're a wee bit different. I get people coming to me every day wanting vans and trucks and everything like that, but the cameras were a wee bit different. So where you were buying them from didn't offer a finance, so you basically needed somebody like me. So they were great. We got together, didn't we? As we say, we had the business plan, which was done in crayon, red and yellow, I believe. No, we sat together because I didn't know much about the business. Your business is a bit different as well. I didn't know much about it, so I've got to do a write up and that. So we did do it together. We done that together, so that was good. And we got there. So, and as you say, your business has grown arms and legs. You're one of the richest men in Irvine. I
don't know about that. I'm sitting here with holes in my socks, all shoes on. No, I think we're as it's, but what I liked about it was you can go to a bank, you can go to whatever, right? We became friends, right? Don't know about now right enough, but we became friends, right? And it was a partnership. So I knew that I could trust you. I would come there, and I knew that you would then go out there and try and help.
Yeah.
Get access to things that I would never be able to get access to.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big, massive thing in this for me, where you're not just, I'm going to try and get a line of money off somebody, or you've got a bank that's going this. It's you're out there trying to find the best deal for all of your clients and how you can find it.
I think as well, you just touched on it there. Nowadays with bank, you used to get bank managers, business bank managers. You don't get them so much anymore. So I think people they'll just pick up the phone to me. People are busy.
Aye.
Deal with this. Can you do this? And you get it done, and then you build up a relationship like me and you have got. So, you're absolutely right there. I think people like that.
It makes it easier. You're taking away somebody's problems. I mean, so you could maybe go and potentially find all this yourself, but you've not got time for that. What you're just looking for is somebody that you know that you can trust. And obviously we have a laugh and a joke and all that kind of stuff, but that's what it was. It's just that, right, Kev, I've got this problem, can you help? And then the next thing you know, it comes back where, right, we've got you this is the deal, blah blah blah, and then you move forward. There's no frills, is it the whole thing is, and there's no problems. And if you can't do it, if there's for whatever reason that you can't do it, you're sitting there talking about it. It's no just the computer says no. Obviously, I don't think we had any that never went through, did we? I think.
What I will just touch on that, the computer says no. So a lot of these things are the computer says no. The beauty that we've got is we'll do a write up, and I've got a lot of relationships with these banks now. So maybe you've had, especially when COVID was there, people had missed payments and everything like that. So maybe you've got a wee story behind it. I can tell the story and tell exactly why that's there. And if it's a 50-50 deal, they'll listen to me, and we'll hopefully get it over the line. So that's
well, that's, as I say, the likes of the story that you probably had to tell with that first MA camera, because one, there'll probably never have been many lenders that's ever actually
I've never done one since. I've never seen one since. You have promised it to me though.
I said to you, when we buy a new, you can have that, you know.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it, like, bye.
Just run about Air High Street taking slow-mo videos every day.
Might get the jail for that, but there you go.
Again? It's, I think, because people see asset finance as things for vans. I think that's probably what it's most commonly known as. But you do all sorts of things, don't you?
Absolutely.
Right. Start at the biggest thing you've done.
Oh God, I've done a horse box. I've just off the top of my head, I've recently just done a horse box, which was 700 grand.
Oof,
So for a horse box,
how many horses got it?
so a horse box 700 grand. It's basically got a house in it as well. You
Right,
know,
right.
they go all over the country and blah blah blah. I'm just trying off the top of my thing.
Did you know they had a bus recently as well?
No, I do loads of buses. We love buses.
Yeah.
Buses are great.
Oh, we know bus companies.
Well,
right? Any bus companies, give a shout.
get in touch. So buses, trucks. You know, trucks are very expensive as well. So people know what.
See, like, what you talk about, like construction companies like Hill House and people like that.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So they would. So if they were wanting a dumper, rather than try to buy the dumper and it cost them, I don't know how much a dumper is, £500,000 or something.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So rather than spending £500,000, they would asset finance it over.
Yeah.
Would that still be like over a 5-year period?
We can do big bit pieces like that for over 7 years.
Right, okay.
7 year. We can also put balloons at the end of it to keep the payments down. A lot of people like doing that as well. So
I did that with my van, didn't we?
so we can do that just to get you to a monthly payment that you're comfortable with. If we get to the end of that and you're happy with it, we can just refinance the balloon as well. So that's easy peasy.
So the likes of, so if you've got, because obviously people on the really asset finance and things that are usually like a couple of grand. It's probably things 10 grand and above.
Yeah, but 15 I would say probably.
15's a kind of sweet spot. So anybody that's looking at buying an asset for their business, it's 15k or above. There is a potential that it's maybe a good idea for your business to try and finance it and spread that payment out rather than just putting the money out your bank.
Absolutely, keep the money in the bank, use it for better things, as I said, like paying your wages or bills, you know, for you've maybe got a big building or something like that, so electricity, water, all that sort of stuff. Can
you actually finance a building?
You can't ask. That's a wee bit different from what I do, but of course you can finance a building. It's a mortgage.
But on a mortgage you couldn't get it as an asset finance.
No, really, no.
Right, okay. And then so the likes of, so you're looking at trucks, buses, plant equipment.
Absolutely, all of the above.
So you see the likes of the plant hire companies that are out there, do they ever asset finance or stuff?
A lot of them have got their own in-house finance companies.
Right, okay.
All right, so
like Jopp and all that kind of
so
stuff.
they've got a lot of them's got that. So that my ideal customer, you're probably going to ask me that earlier, is somebody that maybe doesn't have that.
Right.
Somebody that maybe offers is selling a product but doesn't have a finance company on board.
Right, okay.
Because it's a bit of hassle. You need to get your FCA license and everything else, and some of them just don't bother. And I've got a lot of partners right now.
I've got a good mate, Connor, who he's got a kind of, he does one cheese and all this kind of stuff. I don't know what he does. I'll need to ask him. And
ask him now.
Connor, if you're watching this, right, Kev's going to be chatting in your door. But he must be a prime example of because he's got big bits of kit, and obviously they I would imagine it must be he's quite an asset. I'm thinking of asset rich businesses.
See if you're buying anything for your business, I could probably finance it. As long as it's for the business, I could probably finance it.
Right, okay.
You know, we're going to go on obviously the HP, but obviously the invoice finance a big thing as well. People don't want to wait 90 days to get an invoice paid. They need that money straight away. So we can pay that for you.
I was just but I kind of before, in fact. Were you doing the invoice finance when I did it? Because I think we had a discussion on this.
We met at a function and you were halfway through doing it with somebody else, and I nearly had a heart attack.
He's put LinkedIn and YouTube, by the way. He was going to beat me up. Right? That's what he said to me. Sitting there, trying to sipping my Pinot Grigio. I was actually down in a pint, probably.
But we did do
it. So, because the invoice financing thing for us was another game changer. So we then utilised that. So we were going to take on a big contract, but that was a massive risk to us. So we're going, well, we're not going to get paid for them 60 days, so maybe 90 days. We've got all these additional costs that come into the business at the same time, so we had to do something. And what, for anybody that doesn't know about invoice financing, and you can tell me if this is the way it's done. So say you're sitting there and you've got 400 grand worth of invoices that you've got on your system right now. You then take an invoice finance facility out, so that actual sales ledger, you can actually draw down on that straight away. So as you can put the money in your bank, so as what you're then doing is you've got working capital to be able to do
percentage of the invoice. Percentage of the invoice.
So what is it, like 75?
75, 80%.
And it's if obviously I think the way that it works is you pay a percentage of all the invoices that go through the facility, and then you're only really paying a wee bit of additional revenue for what you're taking.
It's an absolute lifesaver for some businesses. Some businesses just couldn't live without it, so they need it. They need it because they just can't wait for it.
I was talking to a business yesterday. Yesterday I was there, and what they said is that's how they grew their business, was based on invoice financing.
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong, so did we. When we took on a contract back in 2023, we were taking on an extra 3-4 staff, plus we were supplying them different lubricants and all that kind of stuff. And we're like, this could be challenging for us, and it was an absolute lifesaver at that point in time. And we would still have been able to do it, but you're flying by the seat of your pants a lot of the time. Exactly. You're at that worrying stage of
you maybe need to dip into your own money.
wouldn't have took long. It's like that.
Your offshore money.
It's like that. You could get it with a pair of tweezers. My money, it's that small. No. As I say, I'm rooked. There will come a day, Kev. There will come a day, right, that I'm going to be there. There's that camera, son.
I wish I'd just taken a wee percentage of your business rather than commission that first deal. I'll tell you that. a wee 2% share.
I'll tell you what, I'll get you that camera for nothing, right?
If only I knew.
Well, I had one of my neighbours, he's right at the beginning, he says, I would like to invest in your business, and I was actually going to take the money right back then because I was absolutely skint, and I was like, nah, I wouldn't do that to you, blah blah blah. Every time I drive past him, he's like, okay. Hate you. But so obviously there's so commercial and asset finance, how long's that been going?
That's been going. It's wee Blair.
Wee Blair
and Miki. So he does that. We're all self-employed brokers that work for him as well. So I think wee Blair's been going for about 2008 or something like that.
Has he?
I think he's got about 20 guys on board now. So we all do the same thing. We're all over the country, or Wales, England, and Scotland, obviously. No, he's done well. And how many's in Scotland? You're the only one that really counts. But exactly.
Obviously.
I think there's about 6 or 7 years in Scotland.
Obviously, Campbell, he must get around a bit, but I think he just, because I was talking to somebody like, I was talking to somebody that kens you, right? He's telling me, Campbell, I went, used to are a good fit. You can tell why they were a good fit. So I was like, I wonder what he's up to. So no, it seems like there's a good groupie there. Everybody seems to the good guys, and it seems to be trying to do the good.
We always come to your golf event, don't we? But looking forward to it this year again.
10th of July.
See if I can maybe do a wee bit better than last year.
How did you win last year, by the way, Kevin?
I was dead last.
And what did you win for that?
I won the most prizes out of everything. I got a new wedge, I get about 12 balls, I get cash and all.
Did you? Aye. As I say, that's what I'm saying. So, Ben, just so you know, if you play golf, you come to your competition, the person that comes last, you don't play it, no.
A free Bentos.
A free Bentos. A mixed round you get, Ben.
It's still in my fridge.
So it's you get a free Bentos pie for having a mince round. Do you get a wooden spoon or no?
Aye, a wooden spoon or no.
So you get that, plus you then usually get waterproof and that. But see, this year, right, we're adding a bit of professionalism to it. So we're working alongside a company called Golf Sherpa, right?
I've heard of them.
And what Golf Sherpa's got, they've got an app. Right, so you've got an app, you basically put your scores on that in, so see as you're going round the course, you can see the leaderboard. And then see when you get in, I mean, you're probably going out early doors because you like a pint, right? So all the ones that are sitting in there, half jaked, by the time everybody comes in, you can see the leaderboard.
That's quite cool,
Quite good, isn't it? So you're sitting there, so see, because you know what it's like, see if you're out kind of at the beginning.
So you just use the app as you go?
Aye, so you're basically just putting
I'll be honest with you, last year I wasn't even keeping my score. I didn't know there was a wooden spoon. I didn't know. I was absolutely flabbergasted when you shouted my name. I was like, what is going on here? I was just there for a jolly.
I know, but then you won honours. No, that's what, and Craig McLean had won it no, in fact, so it was Kane the year before that. And
what, the wooden spoon?
Aye. So
is Kane a golfer?
No, really, no. And that's he's now practicing. He's been doing well, so he think he's coming this year, and he says he's going to batter you. But Craig McLean got it, because Craig got it the first year, and he couldn't believe his eyes. Coming last, better than coming first.
Well, it was, wasn't it? I think actually Campbell came first, didn't he?
Aye, Campbell came first.
I came last.
You must have had an offer booked for when you went in.
Oh, I couldn't believe it.
But so the Golf Sherpa thing, and I'm going to give these guys a shout out on here because That it is fantastic. See, you know yourself. So, say if you're out kind of like in the earlier kind of four balls, you might be sitting there for an hour and a half before everybody else comes in.
Aye.
So you're sitting there having a wee couple of beers and you're seeing up in the leaderboard, right? So when the time you come in, you're first, and then the next thing you know, you're doing it third.
That's good. How many you got?
There is 14 groups.
That more than last year.
Aye, but that's us now. What we're doing is we're go to the stage we're trying to get a shotgun start.
That would be better.
Aye, because it's the guys that are out first, and it's a long day. So what we're doing this year is we're basically saying to folk,
will they allow that, Irvin?
I don't know. We're trying to say. We asked them before and they said no, right? But if they don't, then we'll just take it elsewhere.
Aye.
Because I think we're now at the stage where I think we could easily get 18 groups.
Aye.
Because there's been loads of people who've had to say no to. Because it's now starting to become a kind of a well-known kind of wee event. Everybody that has been there previously are all signed up straight away, so they're already folk signed up, and then you're getting other folk that want to come in.
This will be our fourth. How many years have I done it?
This is a fourth time.
And I've been to them all.
Aye. But I'm saying so quite a lot of the folk have been to them all. But we've got that. I think we've got quite a few sponsors this year, so it's looking quite good. And I just try to, like before we've done a good job, it's been a good day out. Now we're kind of trying to make it a bit more professional. Hopefully try to get you all wee goodie bags and all that kind of stuff.
Are you playing? Are you just going to be in the buggy again?
Depends. I probably play. But if it works out, the numbers don't work out, then I'll just jump about in the buggy and get drunk.
I'll maybe just do that way.
Right, but I don't know, because it seems to be there's quite a lot of folk wanting that job, to be honest with you.
So that might be fun.
It's a great laugh. That's what I'm saying. The first year I did that, and there was a drone and all that kind of stuff, remember? And I was just driving about in the buggy, getting basically every day it was coming up.
Finance drones. Finance
Do
drone, I would deal with that as well.
Financing.
Financing.
Well, we're actually,
as long as you're using it for your business.
Aye, so we're actually potentially looking at getting a couple of guys' drone licences.
Oh, there you go. Glad I brought it up.
Aye, so there you go. See, you never know.
We'll get the paperwork sorted. As soon as this is by.
Kane, I'm sorry, but that's us. We're in mere dating. All I did was get him on the show.
And we've got a bigger drone than our first expense.
We've got a drone out there that's carrying a mini. But with regards back onto the finance side of stuff,
talk about
that's what we're supposed to be here talking about. So because obviously how long you been doing it?
I've been doing it 10 years now.
10 years.
10 years.
And is it better than your last job?
Well, I was selling motors my last job, so aye, a wee bit, aye.
Aye, because everybody, there's still people talk about you in the motor trade.
I was quite a legend. I think my record still stands. Many sold in a day.
But the likes of that, so what do you, apart from you obviously make money and you pay your bills and all that kind of stuff, but what is the thing that kind of keeps you going at this?
Oh, the helping people, obviously, get the buzz of getting a deal, the buzz of getting somebody finance when they've told me they didn't think they were going to get finance. I get that a lot, you know what I mean? I've been declined here, I've been declined there, I'm not going to get it. Right, okay, geez it, let's have a wee look at this. So that's always a buzz for me, you know, they're the best ones.
And that's but I knew you were going to say that, because that's one of the things I like about you, is that you're trying to do it for your own business, so that kind of stuff, but it's because you like helping people.
Aye.
Right? And when we first spoke, that was a challenge for you.
Yeah.
And I can remember you going, just right, I don't know was the answer, but I'm going to give it a go. Yeah. And that's what we're like as a business, but me obviously as a person as well. It's like, do you know what? Everybody's saying no to this, right? We're going to go and try it, and if we can do it, great. If it doesn't, then at least we'll give it a go.
Well, we've got about 50 different lenders on our panel.
Right.
So we've got a home for everything. You know what I mean? There'll be one that will specialise in buses and stuff like that.
Aye.
We'll have ones that specialise in stuff like drones. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. You can have weird stuff. Cameras.
Aye.
You know what I mean? So but we've got a home for everything. So we'll usually find a funder that will look at it.
Aye. What's the say? Well, I don't think we've never had any. Every single thing that we've put put forward has went through, and some of it's been weird and wacky.
I don't think you've had a decline, eh?
No, I've not had a decline. No, I've not. I know. I think we've still got about 2 sitting there waiting just to be utilised that you keep mentioning to me. No, I don't think we haven't. As I say, we're going in. Because you've got like what's it called? Hard assets and soft assets. They call it. Like a hard asset's like a bus or a car or a van or
The
something.
real difference is a hard asset. If you don't pay it, they can really come and just take it away. A soft asset is something maybe like electrical stuff. You can't really come in and take that away, and it's not worth anything anyway. You know that sort of stuff. So that's the sort of difference.
Yeah, and because a lot of the stuff that we were looking at, like so our analyzers, our camera, our thermal stuff, these were all soft assets, and that can be a bit more tricky to try and get the finance on.
But we've got a home for that. Definitely, there's a few places that specialise in that, and they only do that sort of thing. So, absolutely.
Good. And what's been your biggest challenge? What's been the hardest thing to get through, do you think?
Oh, Jamie, I'll be honest with you, that yours. but that first one, because remember when I done that, I hadn't long started as well, so I was kind of finding my feet with that as well, and it wasn't just a normal van. It was you had to ask a lot of questions. You had to go to a lot of funders. Is anybody going to do this? If they're going to do it, what's the pricing going to be? So that was a very tricky one. That.
Well, to say,
and it's even harder when you don't really know the business. You know, if somebody comes to me and they're in construction or something like that, you kind of know what they're doing.
They're a taxi company.
But your business, you know, that's... I don't know anybody else that does what you do, Jamie, to be honest.
And as I say, especially at that point in time, because obviously I look at the evolution of our business now to what it was back then. Back then we were just going to be doing all the specialist stuff. But the iterations that have happened during that time are massive. But back then, you probably find that there was not very many people that even ever went. In fact, you know what? I reckon we were the first people to ever finance one of the cameras.
Is there anybody else out there doing what you do these days?
There's people do bits of what we do. Little bit. I wouldn't say there's
anybody. I'm interviewing you now.
I know, thank you. So Bob, I think there's, if you look at the scope of services we do, I mean, and this is a world.
See, a very niche market. Did you just spot that and think, right, I'm going to go for this?
So what had happened was, obviously Kane and I came through the repair world of this, and this is so what we're doing now was something that I can introduce to my old business in the electrical side. So like partial discharge and all that kind of stuff. And I'd said, listen, we need to be better at this. So we need to start telling people problems are coming rather than just waiting for it to happen. And the other kind of directors went, we don't see the value in it. Chaos is cash. Right? Well, knowing my fucking mind. Sorry about that.
That's a recording. I bet we dub that.
Beep, 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 beep.
You're forgetting where you are.
I know.
We're in a pub.
They just didn't really see it the way I seen it. So obviously went out and started on their own. What I seen was there was going to be a change, right? So the days of sending people all over the world to gather data was going to change. So I wanted to try and get in there at the beginning. So what we could do is we could try and prove our credibility when the price of the technologies was coming down and the capabilities were coming up. At least we knew enough about the market that we could start advising people properly on it. But what you had is, so you've got loads of companies that do vibration analysis. And we were never ever going to do that. Our original goal was that camera and a few of the other specialist bits of kit that we got. That was what we were going with.
One of these things as well.
You've done about 3 or 4, as I say. Well, we had umpteen of these vibration analysers. We had the electrical signature analysis kit. So all that specialist stuff. But then we realised that people that were doing vibration maybe were just out ticking folks' boxes rather than actually trying to help properly get to the bottom of things. So it just evolved from there. But competition-wise, there is people that do the vibration side. There's hundreds of folk that do it. When you look at pulling in all the electrical and all the specialist stuff, there's not really that many. And when you look at what we're doing with Wheels of Vision, that just sets us apart from basically everybody that's here. What you've got is you've got service companies who were all the initial stuff taking vibration, all that kind of stuff. There's service companies that do that. Then you're then getting into your kind of probably, most of them are kind of at least European, but if not global kind of product businesses, and we don't really compete with any of them because all these product businesses want us to sell their products.
You're looking to go wider though, aren't you?
We're looking at the States now. So I think we're supposed to grow over in the next few weeks, and then we've got another trip over and
Is that to coincide with the World Cup? Got a wee bit
no,
of
it's
this?
no, actually, we're waiting after the World Cup because of the prices.
Aye, I know.
Aye, no, but we obviously I'm over there we head on the range.
Oh, are you?
Aye.
What, at the World Cup or just a holiday?
we're already booked to go to Florida.
Ah,
So we're
right.
booked to go to Florida, and then obviously Scotland qualifying to play Brazil while we're there.
Oh, magic.
So
That'll be
obviously
good.
the Wains are like, oh, can we go? Aye. No, 70s.
I'll get you alone.
So you could get us alone. I was with Phoenix Taxis earlier the day, and I went, I'm looking for a Phoenix minibus to go from Orlando down to Miami. Honestly though, the prices are phenomenal. So we're just going to hire a minibus, drive down, go to one of the fan zones and just let them.
That'll be magic.
experience it.
That'll be good.
To be honest with you, I think that'll be just as good as going to the game.
I was nearly there, but I
Was
kind of
you?
had double second thoughts.
Aye.
I booked it, but then cancelled it.
Did you?
Too
Well,
much money. And the end of the war and everything like that. I'm raging now, to be honest. All my pals are going, why am I not there, man? Why am I not there? I'm meant to be going on Wednesday, was it? Or
Are
something?
you? Aye.
Next Wednesday.
I know so many people that are going. And honest to God, so I was in the States, when was I there? 4 weeks ago. I'm sitting in the hotel going to this guy, says, so you're looking forward to the World Cup coming?
Aye.
Guys like that. What World Cup?
Aye,
Right? Honest to God, the Americans right now do not know what's going
you
to
not
hit
see
them.
the Kevin Bridges documentary?
No.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Is
You
it?
watch it, BBC. He's in the pubs and all that there, and
Is
they're
he?
just like, no.
That's
not
not the
really.
wiser.
It's on.
What soccer? What soccer's coming here? Why?
Wait till the Scotsman
It's
hit
going to
that
be
boozer.
mental. It's going to be absolutely mental. So yeah, but no. So we're going over after that, and we're also looks like we're probably going to Australia.
Oh, magic.
Well, so it's the opportunities are there, but it's just
With work, Australia.
we work. Aye. Oh, aye. There's a super
They've
part.
got all the mines and all
So
that sort of
we'll
thing.
give it. We'll actually give a wee shout out the new for this. So it's a thing called the mainstream community. So I don't know if you watched the show. It was it last week or the week before, and we had Steve Morris on live from Australia.
I've seen a wee bits and bobs there. Aye.
So Steve runs a thing called the mainstream community, which is basically a community for reliability and maintenance kind of leaders. And it started in Australia. And I think they've got something like their events get like between 800 and 1,000 people go to them all the time. And there's a massive community there of obviously people that are in the field, but you've got the gold mines, you've got oil and gas,
That's what I
you've got all
said to you,
these
that all
things.
them things are ideal for you.
100%. And obviously the problem that you've got with the UK is nearly all the industries in the UK are skint. Everybody's having to watch their money all the time. Energy costs, all these other things where the government's basically raping and pillaging all the businesses that are here. Other countries don't have that same thing. Their businesses are actually allowed to make money and then reinvest that money rather than the government try to take it all. So we see these opportunities is really, really kind of promising for what we're going to do going forward. But you're trying to just work with the cash you've got.
Yeah.
So it might be that we turn around and say, right, Kev, give some money.
Aye, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's get it done.
You want in?
No, I want it. No need to finance after you for a wee while.
I
Must
know,
be
it's
due.
because we've not really been buying much, as I say. Went through a wee spell there where we've don't really like paying interest, so we'll buy it cash, and then went, God's sake, we're running out of cash.
Aye, exactly. That's what it is.
But that is it. So I think what we were going to do, there's something that we're looking at recently. Remember that 100 grand, the OGI thing we were talking about? That might be back in the cards. I think.
Getting excited.
I know. So they'll get that, try and get anything else. Kim was talking to him about a couple of things, so we might be looking at that and also.
Aye, that's what we're saying. It's not just that I do. We do VAT loans. People with a big VAT bill, unexpected VAT bill, we can split that into 3 for them. That's a lifesaver for a lot of folk. Corporation tax, we can split that into 12. Refinance. You've maybe got we do it a lot with bus companies now. They've maybe got a bus with no finance on it. We can loan against that bus. We can refinance it, and that brings money into the business. And obviously business loans. We do business loans as well. So if you just need a wee bit of dough, we can do that. So
yeah, okay then. So
just wanted to get that out there.
I know that's what you're supposed to say at the beginning.
Well, you're just talking about
You're talking crap for about an hour there.
I know,
That's what your business does.
Well, I was thinking there, we're just talking nonsense here. I'm going to need to let folk know what exactly I'm doing.
Right, everybody, so why are we on Jamie's show? Just to talk shite, basically, and get see what was happening, right? Talking about the fat bar, talking about everything else that's going on. But so see, as most of your customers still asset finance? Are you now starting to get a lot more of all that other types of
There's a
finance?
wide range of all the things I just said there.
Aye.
The VAT loans, a lot of people love them, obviously, because you can split them into, rather than paying them on a one, we just split them into three. So they're quite popular now.
And the thing, obviously, we had one recently where you went, we're expecting that VAT bill, and then the next thing you know, it's a bit more. We get that.
And you
surprise.
didn't know I'd done that, and then here we are.
Here you are. You need to market yourself better, Kev. Right? I'm supposed to be your mate. I
That's
don't know half the
Invoice
stuff that you
Finance.
do.
I nearly missed it. And the VAT bill, I nearly missed it.
We managed to get it, but that's. But this is the thing, though. People, when they hear commercial and asset finance, they don't think about all the other stuff that he's actually do. So, this is the purpose of this show, is to tell everybody. So 2 things: 1, you're a good guy, right? 2, you can be trusted, and 3, it's more than just financing a van that you can do.
Yeah, of course, aye. That's bread and butter. So
Aye. That's just the norm stuff, and what everybody probably knows that. Because when I looked at asset finance before, obviously before we met, I didn't really know what asset finance was. I'd never done it before, didn't know. And then obviously we went through that process like that. That's just brilliant. And then even then, for a while, I obviously just knew that was it. I didn't really think much. And then when I started to, basically what happened is I would tell you I was doing something, like, I did that, right? I did that. so now we're trying to tell everybody what you do, right? So as they can see if they want
it's
it.
been a long time coming on here.
I know,
It's
I know.
Stressful. 3 times we've done this.
Aye, 3 times. And his crayon joke's been there 3 times.
And it didn't even go down well the day. It was as good as the first time.
The last time was hilarious. The last time was brilliant. And I'm sitting there like, you don't get you. Right, well, listen, is there anything else you think is worthwhile telling everybody while we are actually
No, I think
gone?
we went over everything. I've just went over the other things that we hadn't mentioned. But as I say, again, ideal customer, somebody out there that's maybe selling a product that doesn't offer finance, and the benefit of that as well, they can upsell. You know what I mean? So they're maybe selling something at 30 grand, they can upsell it to 40 grand with the finance. You know what I mean? So that's the beauty of that.
Aye, and I think it's just having a wee think in your business and saying, right, I think we could go and do this, but we don't really have the capital to do it now. You could be an option.
That's it. Exactly.
All right, cool. Right, Magic, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we'll see, right, so we're going to put this out
See if
Friday.
this isn't recorded.
Do you know what? You can take your cakes and you can beat it.
We'll see if this has worked.
So, right, Ben's a man. Ben knows what he's doing, supposedly. Right, Andrew's sitting through there, just sitting feeling sorry for himself because Ben's making it work and he didn't. Right, listen, anybody that's watched this to the end, holy moly, you are patient because he's the pain in the arse, right? But no, listen, honestly, I can't thank this man enough. Without Kevin, our business wouldn't be where it is, right? Because that was the start that we needed, and without Kevin being involved in that, I don't think we'd ever have got that camera, being honest. So.
If Irvin, you'd probably have nicked it.
But I need to get somebody to buy it first to nick it off them. That's the problem. So I needn't be going to somebody, you should really buy that camera there and look how fancy it is and then steal it. But he's just quite humble. Like, so there's a new business that's got a business plan done in crayon, right? And it's somebody with a dream. And that dream then becomes reality because you've got people like Kevin there that's willing to try and help you make that reality. So it is a big thing. So it doesn't matter where you are in your business journey, there will be a time where one of the things that Kevin offers could be of use to you, and I highly recommend going up to you. In fact, you know what? I'll cuddle. Cuddle, Kev. Come on, give that cuddle. There you go.
Lovely words.
You like that? I'll wait till the cameras off. I'll tell everybody how I actually feel. Right, Magic, thank you very much. Anybody that obviously you can watch this now on a Friday, right? It's no live, but it's pre-recorded, and then you can still watch it the weekend or watch it whenever you want because now we've got it all sewn up.
Oh, it's better, isn't it?